You got that $1,400 stimmy, but you're not sure what to do with it. Don't spend any of it until you watch this video.
Hey, I'm Alex.
And I'm Philip.
And we teach you what you need to know about your personal finances using words you can understand without boring you to death.
Because adulting shouldn't suck. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. In the comments below, let us know if you're getting a stimmy or not.
In this video, we're going to talk about 5 things you can spend that free government stimulus money on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so last year, people got $1,200 for a stimulus, and then earlier this year, they got $600, and now you're getting $1,400, and they're already starting to roll out. So the Federal Reserve is just printing unlimited money, I guess.
It's crazy. It's like blah, 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 from the Federal Reserve. Wow. So, Alex and Philip, how do I qualify for this new stimulus? Well, if you're single and you make less than $75,000 a year, you're getting $1,400. If you're married, you have to make less than $150,000 a year combined. However, if you make $80,000 as an individual or less than $160,000 as a couple, you still will qualify for a stimulus, but it's not going to be the full amount. So that's cool, right? A little bit different. Now you're going to get $1,400 per person in your family. So, you know, that's going to be a lot of money.
Yeah. So for example, I'm married and I got 2 kids. So each one of us gets $1,400. That's what, $5,600 for 4 people. It's a good amount of money.
To find out if you're making less than $75,000 a year or $150,000 as a married couple, the IRS is going to go off of your 2020 taxes. If you haven't filed your taxes yet for 2020, then the IRS is going to use your 2019 taxes.
All right. So, I mean, free money is cool, right? I mean, I like free money like anybody else. Who doesn't like free money? Except it's not really free, right? There is a downside to this because you can't just print unlimited money, right? Roughly half of all money in circulation was printed in the last year. So what that's going to do, it's going to jack up inflation. The devaluation of the US dollar is going to happen. And over time, your money is going to have less purchasing power. So while it's really cool to get $5,600 or $1,400 or whatever you're going to get right now, over time, that's not a good thing.
So look, it doesn't matter who you are, okay? There's 5 ways that you can spend your stimulus check. Needs, wants, savings, paying off debt, and investments. That's it, okay? Whatever you do with your stimmy, it's going to go into one of those 5 categories. All right.
So the first one is going to be needs, which that's the whole point of the stimulus check, right? Is to help people who are in need. So if you're behind on bills or you're having trouble paying your rent or your mortgage or putting food on the table, that's what this is designed to do initially, right? Is to help people who are unemployed right now or are still underemployed because while it might not seem like it's a big recession right now for a lot of people, it's definitely hurting some people, like people that were laid off or business owners who couldn't open their business. So that's what this is designed to do. So if you fall into that category, obviously that's where this money is supposed to go, is to where you need it to go right now.
Next up, your wants. This is what the government wants you to spend your money. Okay. They want you to get your stimulus and they want you to take it to the store and go spend it and put it in the economy so that the businesses can start making some revenue again. Right. So now that the stimulus is out, you're going to go to the stores. You're going to see these TVs on sale at Walmart for $1,400. You're going to see these purses at the mall, these jeans, everything's going to be on sale. Spend your money, right? That's what they want you to do. Like, oh, spend your money. But it's not for you. Doesn't help you. Okay. That just helps the businesses. So don't do it. Okay, this is the last place that you want to spend your stimulus money on. Don't do it.
I get it. I'm not going to lie. As soon as I found out I'm going to get more free money, the first thing my mind went to was, oh man, I love to spend money. I'm more of a spender than a saver, but that's why I automate my savings. But the first thing my mind went to was, I'm going to go get a one wheel because it's more expensive than something I normally buy. And then I could ride around with Philip all the time. Or, I want to get a new Traeger, or I could go buy some new gym equipment, right? Like, all these things in my mind started thinking about, oh, free money. I can just go buy all this crap. And then I had to check myself.
Before he wrecked himself. Okay. It's a 90s reference, kids. Get with it. Luckily for us, we've been active duty military this entire time, so we're not financially hurting. However, that doesn't mean that we're allowed to spend this free money on things we want, like a one will. He should have been like me and saved for it and bought it. Then he could have been riding with me anyways. But, you know, life isn't fair all the time.
I do other adulting things.
Yeah. Brad needed for gym equipment.
Okay, so third up is going to be your savings. So savings is super important because most Americans can't even cover a $400 emergency without putting on a credit card. So if you don't have any needs, you immediately have to pay for it because you're still employed and you have paychecks coming in. You shouldn't be spending it on wants. Savings is a great place to start building up an emergency fund because if something happens, you need money in the bank to float you through. You shouldn't be putting on a credit card because that only makes things worse. So if you don't have, say, 1 month's worth of bills saved up already, this could be a great jump start to get you there because life happens, you know, whether you lose your job or your car breaks down or something happens, it's nice to have money in the bank to float you through that. And if you already have a month saved up, the goal is to get to 3 months because then that takes all the worry out of it because you have a lot of cushion for your emergency fund.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even if you already have an emergency fund, that's great. You can save for other things like moving out, getting your first car. I mean, small short-term goals, something.
Mm-hmm.
But like you're saying, life is going to happen. It's not if, it's when. So having this emergency fund is one of the most important things you can do because it's going to help you out in the future without getting you into debt. So that's where you should put that money. So let's say you're not getting any of this stimulus, right? Because your parents still claim to you, you went to school full time and you just don't qualify. Okay. So maybe what you should do, if your parents are in a financial situation where they can, you should ask them and get some of that stimulus that they got for you so you can use it to set yourself up with an emergency fund or some sort of savings fund to help you in the future. So whatever that might be, moving out, you know, emergency fund, saving for a car, something, and you can sell it as like, hey, mom, hey, dad, help me do this so you don't have to help me do that later because I messed up somewhere. Hopefully you don't mess up, but in case you do, now you got a safety cushion.
Like, hey, when I'm talking to my mom and dad, you want to pitch to them what's in it for them, right? So once you move out, parents don't want you to move back in typically, right? So you could say something to the effect of like, hey, if we make a little emergency fund for me with this stimulus check that's free money from the government, maybe if something goes wrong when I go and live my own, I can fall back on that instead of falling back on you and moving back in, and yeah, pitch it that way.
Help, mom and dad.
Okay, so number 4 is paying off bad debt. Now, if you already have your savings built up and you're good to go in that area, you want to start paying off that bad debt because there's one thing that sucks even more than adulting, and that's making monthly payments on crap that you owe money on.
Mm-hmm. It's bad. You know, any high interest credit card debt that you have or any high interest loans that you have, this is what you want to pay off with that stimulus money. I mean, it's just going to be a big old jump start on all those payments because even if you're making $50 a month, I mean, you're still just taking that money away from you every single month. So if you pay it off now, that's $50 that you can use for something else. And if you have credit card debt, I mean, credit card debt, okay, that's going to be like high interest right away. You're probably paying like 20% on that stuff right out the gate. And the credit card companies are just robbing you blind. So pay that stuff off if you have the debt, okay? And it's super important to do that. So get this free money, use it to pay off that debt. You'll thank me later.
All right, so number 5 is going to be investing, and that's where obviously you're going to be making money for the long term. So if you already have all the other things covered, and this is just free excess money, use it to make more money, right? Because the feds are just printing money like crazy, and it's going to devalue the dollar, and they want you to go spend all this money at big businesses or local businesses or whatever to stimulate the economy. What you need to be doing is stimulating your bank account and your future, right? So put it into things that are going to make you money, right? Most people are going to take this money and they're just going to go spend it at Amazon or Walmart or wherever, Apple, and they're going to make those businesses money. And you know what they do? They take that money and they invest it, or they reinvest it back into their company for growth or whatever. So they take that money to go make more money instead of saving it and investing it, right? Is what we should be doing with it. The government wants you just to go blow it because they know that most people are going to. So do yourself a favor and invest it in things that are going to help you make more money.
If you don't have any debt, if you don't have any, if your savings account's already made, your emergency fund's already made, invest your money. You can invest in stocks. You can invest in real estate. You can get an IRA, all these different things. This is where you want to invest your money so you can make money.
Cryptocurrency.
Great. Yeah. Cryptocurrency. Having a savings account is great. But, with the inflation, you're going to lose buying power in your savings account. That's why you only want to have your emergency fund, and that's it. And then invest the rest of your money, because you want your money growing with the economy, not kind of staying stagnant or losing money as the inflation goes up. So
if this is just extra money for you, like we said, you can pay off debts, you can save up your money, put it in your savings account for hard times with the emergency fund. You can invest it, and you can invest it in yourself, right, to get through those hard times. And whether it's books or online courses, which we've got one of those to teach you the basics about finances, all those things are going to make you better going forward in the future, because I think we're all going to need it.
There you have it. So 5 things you're going to do with your stimmy. Which one you going to pick? If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. In the comments below, let us know which one of these sections you spent your stimmy on.
And don't forget to share this with your friends.